Hey, hey, hey. Happy Wednesday. Oh my goodness. I can't believe it's Wednesday. Hey guys, I'm super excited. We were going live over in the Healing Circle, and for whatever reason, it was like, hey, you really need to go live on Melissa's page. So that is what we are doing. For those who don't know me, my name is Melissa Alaba, group practice owner, breakthrough coach, and of course, therapist at Vision Works Counseling and Coaching. I'm super excited because I'm joined by Jamerica, one of our amazing therapists. Jamerica has the opportunity to see adults, career professionals, and all sorts of folks navigating life changes,
Hmm.
transitions, and you also see people who are looking to up level in their careers, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. And
Well,
trauma clients as well.
yeah, and folks dealing with trauma. So tonight we're going to just talk a little bit about little traumas. A lot of us are very, fully aware or have thought about what those big traumas may be, and we'll talk about what those are. But the little traumas is often where many of us get tripped up and haven't really thought about. So, Jamerica, can you just kind of just what are some of the big traumas that people are familiar with?
Yeah, so the big traumas are like the ones that we talk about quite frequently, or you'll hear more prominent, like abuse and neglect and emotional abuse and physical abuse and neglect. Maybe like car accidents, death of a loved one, many different things, many different type of big traumas that we have that we go through.
Absolutely. The loss of a home, a fire at your home,
Natural
people who
disaster.
war, natural disasters, exactly. But then those there are those small traumas, and no trauma is small, but these are the traumas that often it takes a couple for them to happen. And usually what I say is like close together for a person to really realize this is something that's impacting me. This is something that's, like it's creating some issues in my life. So what's some of the little traumas or small traumas that people deal with that they may not recognize as trauma like right away?
Yeah, so breakups,
Mm-hmm.
losing friends, changing. What I work with a lot is like changing locations, being in a completely new space, new city, no friends, no family, losing a job,
Yeah.
gaining a job, starting in like a totally different career field, and just trying to navigate through that. Yeah, absolutely. Workplace trauma.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I love it. Identity trauma, like really figuring out who you are when you go from being a college student to a
Mhm.
person who is now a career person is like, oh my goodness. When you go from being an employee to the boss. Everybody loves the title of the boss, by the way, until you're the boss. But those are identity things that could cause you to feel like impacted by trauma. Like, your life has changed. You've had some transition. You have to now reorientate yourself to your new role or to what's happened to you.
For sure. Yeah, absolutely.
What's some signs that you've been impacted by one of these small traumas?
Well, let's see here. Your ideology is a sign for one. So something happened, and due to this experience, maybe you might look at things differently in life. You might look at people differently now. How you embrace the world is different. Maybe certain activities you used to do, you don't want to do them anymore. Um, it really impacts again like your ideology and perception of like different things depending on the experience. If I've gotten in an accident, well, maybe I love driving, but now I don't even want to get on the highway. Yeah, so
Mhm.
it really shapes your worldview and how you experience and go throughout the world.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, it may not even be something that's negative. It could be something that
Hmm.
was positive, like a move. So I just recently moved, and you guys know I've been talking about this a lot. I love where I live. It's great. But I'm gonna tell you, one thing that has impacted me is that it is winter. And y'all see I
Hmm.
got my little velvet on, right? But it's 70 degrees outside. I had to make myself put on winter clothes, and I kind of miss wearing winter stuff. So it's like, oh wow, we don't get the same things that other people get. They had me down a little bit because I really told a friend I gotta wear a sweater. It's sweater
Mhm.
season. And
Yeah.
she was laughing. She said, "Girl, well, I'm gonna text you. She lives here. I'm gonna text you on one of those mornings where you can wear it."
Mhm. Mhm.
I'm just saying, like changes, a lot of the things that you talk about, it was a positive change, but yet one of the changes that came along with the move was getting new friends, which I went for that first because I knew I was going to need a community.
Mhm.
Trying out different churches until I found one that felt right. Knowing the landscape of different places around here, like your coffee shop or a grocery store, getting your place together, because again, everything all at once was, about organization, getting my daughter together. So there can be like things that are really amazing that you wanted a new baby. Then the
Mhm.
baby comes and like the way life used to be is totally
Mhm.
different from what life is now. And we
Yes,
get phone calls like that where people are just adjusting to like their newness of something and having to orientate themselves to their new role.
absolutely. Yes, yeah.
Yeah, so that could be those type of things. So what's some of the things that you recommend when people are figuring new things out or they've experienced something that they did not ask for? I asked for the move, but what if you've had to move because you didn't ask for it? Your mom
True.
decided to move, or your spouse, you had to move because of a new job that he got that you didn't ask for, like those type of things.
Absolutely. Yeah, and I love that you brought up like the even the good things can still be impactful. New babies, new job, new location. Yeah,
New husbands.
new
We have
husband.
we have lots of clients with new husbands who were like,
Yes.
I did not know that having a man was going to entail all of this work.
Yes, and your world changes. You have to readjust. And I think that's
Yeah,
that impact and the trauma that, comes from that. And so some things you can do. Be
yeah,
mindful. Some mindfulness exercises, what we're going to be offering in this Soulful Sister Circle to help some of our clients out is some journal prompts, some self-reflective exercises. First, we got to figure out how are all these things impacting me for one. So we need to self-reflect and review. Also, we're offering live guided meditations so we can ease our minds as we are navigating through being a new wife or a new mom or a new boss in our career or whatever the case may be. So those are some of the things that we're going to be offering and recommending during our Soulful Sister Circle group.
yeah. Awesome. I'm so glad that you mentioned that. So, Soulful Sister Circle is a circle that I started a couple years back. We ran it for a good year. It was so exciting. We took last year off just to retool as Vision Works Counseling and Coaching grew, and we had other things going on. And now it is back. And I'm super excited because Jamerica and Jolia, who's not on this call, but she'll be with us next week, are going to be running the Soulful Sister Circle. I every time I talk to a client who has had the opportunity of being in that group, I hear the same things over and over and go again. It was life changing. It was a place where they found community. It was a space where they could unload and share a lot of things they hadn't thought about. And they could also get like the support from other women. I think that's the difference between like a group and like your one to one. One to one is great, by the way, and we definitely advocate that, especially when you've just experienced some of the bigger traumas that we initially started off with. If you've just had a loss of a loved one,
Mm.
you've just gone through a divorce, a group is great, but also processing individually with a therapist is going to be even more amazing because initially that trauma is so heavy, it's hard to like sometimes experience that with a bunch of other people.
Mhm.
Whereas some of the smaller traumas, some of the things that we talked about, those things are easier to be able to take um, advice and support from other people and grow. And you're not feeling so wounded, so hurt at the time that it's just hard to do. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yes.
So Sister Soulful Sister Circle, it's back.
5 times fast.
Yeah, yeah. And the cool thing is prior, it was a year-long program, so it was a long time. He was with me every day for a year. We had like our own community on the back end, and then we met once a week. It was a little bit more intensive. And what I love about this is you get breaks. We know that people are no longer in COVID. When we first started Solo Sister Circle, people were in COVID. It made a lot of sense. And now people are out here living their life. So we decided to make it an 8-week group. And I love that because you get to come in, you get to get that connection, get the resources, the strategies, the support, and then you get to jump out come March because it starts in January and go and live and do the things that you
Mhm.
learned. And we love that.
Yeah. What a great way to start your 2024 off, right? Like healing, learning more about yourself, navigating through these different endeavors that life will bring upon us, but in the healthiest and best way possible. And coming out, like you said, right on time for the spring, feeling refreshed and renewed.
Absolutely. So if you want to know more information about the Soulful Sister Circle, you can connect with us at the bottom of this link in this video. You can also reach out to us in the messaging, and Jasmine, who's our amazing coordinator, will get back to you with information and get you all signed up. So yes, thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. We will be back next week, Wednesday, 7 o'clock, doing it again, and hopefully the tech gods are with us and we can go live in the Soulful Sister Circle. Otherwise, we'll do it here on our page and then put the recording over there later. All right. Talk to you guys later. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, Jamerica. Any ending words you want to end with?
I'll see y'all next week, same time. Be there.
Yes. All right. Got you. Thank you.
Bye, y'all.